Good morning and welcome to Somerset Middle School 8th grade Poetry Slam.
Our 8th grade students wrote and performed their own slam poems over the last few weeks, and the best poems have advanced to today's competition. We hope you enjoyed today's Poetry Slam.
Let's welcome our competitors. We have Max,
Victor, Zoe and Lauren,
Regan and Maddie,
Belle and Kate, Blake and Jaden,
Marissa,
Taylor Cole,
Libby, Alyssa, and Sean.
Taylor S. and Emma.
and last but not least, Heather, Elise, and Addie.
Remember, we invite you to cheer for our contestants.
But please be a considerate audience.
At this time, we will draw out of a hat to see who goes first.
And the first contestant is...
Taylor S. and Emma, let's give them a round of applause.
You can't hide sexism behind the word dress code. Women are growing up in a society where we live to satisfy men, but we don't need a man's opinion.
If you want to wear an outfit that shows off your body, you should be free to do that.
Oh my God, look at her shoulders. Dress codes today say that girls can't show their shoulders,
Can't wear crop tops,
can't wear leggings,
can't show their bra straps.
and can't wear shorts. First of all,
Everybody has shoulders.
everyone has a stomach,
Leggings are just as tight as jeans,
every female wears a bra.
and shorts are meant to be short.
Girls are being taught to cover up, but boys are being taught to keep their hands to themselves.
Boys are failing classes because they refuse to do their homework, not because of a girl's outfit.
If guys can go around without shirts on, our bra strap shouldn't be a problem for you.
Oh my God,
Look at his abs.
When people see a bra,
Oh my God, she's such a hoe.
Men and women are supposed to be equal,
But yet, men can just walk all over us and go around telling us what we can and can't wear.
and women is forced to keep her mouth shut and not stand up for her rights.
You can't hide sexism behind the word dress code.
That was great, thank you.
Let's see who our next contestant will be.
Oh. Next up we have Heather, Elise, and Addie.
Stop polluting and start recycling. Only 85,000 marine turtles are being born each year. Do you know
How many marine turtles?
Are dying each year.
1 million because of plastic and human interaction?
Currently, there is 100 million tons of plastic around the world.
And is expected 600 billion more by the end of the year.
The buildup gets so bad it's equivalent in square miles of the US and India combined. This could be resolved by recycling, reducing, and reusing plastic. You could get metal straws or a travel mug.
Bring cloth bags into the grocery store.
Stop buying plastic water bottles.
Because 20 billion are being thrown in the trash. This affects the sea turtles because it goes into the stomach. Such objects as fishing line or plastic bags. Stop polluting and start recycling.
Wow, that was a nice job.
Who will be next?
Our next contestant is Taylor Cole.
What is one of the things most important for young people to know? That since day one of their existence, we have had everything within ourselves that we need, and it's the world that convinced us otherwise. Lots of us look in the mirror, hoping to see what we think is beautiful, hoping for change so we can find our worth in this world. We are born perfect, but convinced differently. I always thought if I looked different, then everything would be better. I always thought that I wasn't enough as a woman because of who I am. My mouth has never learned to stop the horrible things I speak of from rolling off my tongue and into the world we live in. Internally, I'm screaming, but all that comes out is a stutter. I look to see everything I don't have and automatically consider it beautiful. It's wrong, but I can't help it. I try to see the light and try to be positive, but it isn't easy. I fake happy. I put on a mask and hide behind a smile. People see the happiness within the smile, but not in my eyes. If only they knew the horrible things I did to myself to take away the pain. Putting bottles of liquor to my lips and tasting the awful taste to feel uplifted, lighting a cigarette and temporarily exhaling out the worries, only to fill back up with it as soon as the buzz wears off. Putting blades to my skin until the blood drips into the sink, throwing up in order to try and reach that goal weight, all to feel something other than the pain in my head. There's no pretty way to say this, but sometimes I wish I woke up looking like someone else. Sometimes I wish I was half of myself, less loud, less opinionated, and easier to handle. I try to look into my eyes and see the glimmer of hope within, behind all of the darkness, but all I'm seeing is a struggling woman before me, trying to find herself. But I need to not forget who I am. I must remember who I've grown to be. I must remember I'm not the only one feeling so small. As words scream in my brain, I tend to forget it doesn't matter whether or not I reach the ridiculous standards the media puts out. I'm perfect, just stagnated in imperfection. I'm perfect in my own way, from my frizzy hair to the freckles on my cheeks, my brown eyes, and most importantly, the hope I carry on each and every morning. The willingness to go on after I've relapsed and reached rock bottom, and to not resort to the habits that have scarred my arms and thighs forever and left a tear in my heart. I used to be ashamed of my scars as I were told they were a sign of weakness, but now I look at them as a sign the past is real, but so is the future, and every day brings new opportunities that I would have missed out on if I wasn't here. I try to love myself as much as I can. I try looking into the mirror and being thankful for what I have instead of what I don't. I try not to blame stuff out of my control. I try to convince myself that appearance doesn't define who I am, and that we don't need to be skinny in order to be beautiful. Do not determine your worth by the number on the scale, or the amount of followers you have, etc. Although this road to self-love will be a bumpy ride, I must settle in and get comfy, because someday I will reach my destination, and someday so will we all.
That was Poetry Sensation. Who's up next?
Our next contestant will be Blake and Jaden.
Long days and long nights, the suffering never stops.
The constant ringing of voices in your head that never seems to stop.
Depression.
The constant ache that you don't belong, that you aren't wanted here, that you aren't needed or accepted anywhere.
You feel as your friends and family drift far away from you, while in reality you're drifting far from them.
You start to lose interest in many activities that you used to love so much.
But one morning you wake up from a dodgy night of sleep to hear a voice a bit louder now.
Just ended, no one needs you anyway, kill yourself, you're useless. This voice causes nearly 1.5% of all total deaths worldwide.
It crushes family and friends across the globe every year.
Depression, the illness that never seems to affect me.
All you see is statistics on TV.
A random person on the internet talking about a teen that is dead because of
Depression. But no, it will never affect me.
It could never affect me. That's what we all tell ourselves. This illness, it can't affect me.
Depression. It is so easy not to see, not to notice. It flies under the radar. You may not see it until it's too late.
Depression. It could be the kid that doesn't want to talk to anyone, that wears the black hoodie with the hood up.
Depression. It could be the popular kid that sits with their friends all the time.
Or it could be your best friend that is always cheerful and makes everyone laugh.
This friend could be the one that's depressed.
The one that's always happy, the friend that's always cracking jokes.
They could be the one with depression.
Anyone could be the one with depression. You could be the one with depression.
Great job.
Our next contestant will be Regan and Maddie.
People always say that girls
girls in this generation are so vain. They don't care as much about education, so they focus on looks.
We hear guys say things like, dude, she was 10 times hotter than that girl you hit then dipped.
I'd smash in a sec.
Dang, she's mega thick.
When we were little, we always thought of boys as dinner dates and soulmates.
As gentlemen to open doors for us.
But now as we grow up, they treat us like shark bait. In expectation, we want "How was your day?" text.
In reality, we get a "What's up, wanna send?"
Women go to a party, have a drink or two.
And guys may think, I'm gonna hit that tonight.
Some men think of us as objects. 90% of the women in the world are raped, as men only 10%. We get judged on if we are beautiful or not.
If you have big boobs, big butt, skinny waist,
If you don't have the best hairstyle or the newest clothes. You are not accepted as cool if you don't have everything else other girls have. Getting catcalled is regular for us. Bitch, slut, skank, hoe is a message from boys and girls to other girls.
but what most every girl doesn't hear,
Is you're beautiful in every way.
your body is perfect to someone.
And I know it is hard to ignore things people say, but you are worth everything.
Our judges are going to have their work cut out for them.
We're on the second half of the competitors. Who will be next?
Our next competitor will be Marissa.
Don't do that. You should do this. Don't wear that. You should wear this. Don't say that. Say this. Our society is made up of do's and don'ts. It pins us against who we really are. They say be yourself, but when you do, you're told stop. Being nice equals weak. Being mean equals power. Good grades equals nerd. Bad grades equals cool. We're living in a world of opposites where things don't really mean what they should. We're told one thing, but shown another. Fake a smile. Be happy. Don't cry. Don't talk. We shove our feelings down till they're not even visible. Don't show your feelings. Did you hear this about her? Did you see what he's wearing? Gossip, gossip, gossip. That's all we ever hear. We can't do one thing without being judged and ridiculed, but we are just told not to care and ignore it. People will tell you, don't do your hair like that, don't act weird, be popular, but none of that matters. What matters is how you act and the way you treat individuals. We must change the way we view people, and don't let us be made by the fact that our society is made up of do's and don'ts. It pins us against who we really are. Do, don't, do, don't, do, don't.
Nice job. Up next we have Lauren and Zoe.
You said my
Suicide is not a solution.
Depression isn't funny.
Cutting isn't funny.
Anorexia isn't funny.
Bulimia isn't funny.
Suicide definitely isn't funny.
I don't know why you're making jokes about it.
We both encourage you to be kind to others because you don't know what other people are going through.
800,000 people die by suicide every year worldwide. Statistically speaking, that's one person every 40 seconds. So let me ask you this. How many suicides does it take for people to realize what you say matters?
So what non-suicidal people don't understand is when we tell you we're tired, we don't mean we are sleep deprived.
We mean we're tired of living, we're tired of breathing, and we're tired of it all.
On November 16th, 2015, I lost my cousin, Ethan James Michelson, to suicide.
On August 20th, 2011, I lost my dad from depression and suicide.
Losing someone to suicide isn't as easy as you think.
It comes with pain.
It comes with grief,
And worst of all,
You lose someone
you care so much about.
So what we want you to know,
You have a purpose.
and you are enough,
Suicide is not the answer.
Great work. That was really spectacular. Up next we have Libby, Alyssa, and Sean.
Welcome to the Milky Way. Welcome to our solar system.
Earth, North America,
United States,
Wisconsin,
St. Croix County,
Somerset. Everything is a category closing in around us. And there's nothing anyone can do to escape. Or is there?
Perhaps you remember your childhood.
What made it so carefree? Imagination.
Why have we stopped using it?
It's not
Cool
to dream anymore.
To escape the prison of reality. This world destroys our creative thoughts and
To
ideas.
keep us in line.
They abhor passion, aiming to create a world devoid of individuality.
We become dumber every day, speeding towards an intellectual crisis. Imagination.
Fuels our world.
Architecture.
Music,
The arts.
So why is it shunned?
Our world is turning into the very definition of aphantasia.
One day, perhaps you'll realize I'm not naive, I'm free.
my mind takes me to places your mind desires but can't ever see.
So in this world of categories, of facts and classifications,
There is light and fresh air for cleaning a stuffy confined space. Maybe one day you'll find it too.
Maybe one day you realize that
imagination
Is the axis around which our world rotates.
we only have two contestants left. Who will be next?
Our next poet will be Belle and Kate.
Want to play with my Barbies?
Yeah, then let's go play with chalk.
Want to go for a bike ride?
Yeah, then let's go get ice cream.
Want to go to the mall?
Yeah, then let's go do a party.
As we get older,
We lose the good things. We lose our childhood. We lose our time as we sit there wasting it looking at a screen.
wasting so many hours looking at Instagram while
While we be outside, we don't see what we're wasting. Lollipops turn into cigarettes.
soda turns into vodka.
Getting high meant swinging on a swing. Wearing protection meant wearing a helmet.
Race issues were about who ran the fastest.
Worst thing you could get from boys were cooties, and the only pill or drug you knew were the Flintstone vitamins, and the only thing that could hurt you was falling to the ground and scraping your knees.
Everything is changing and it won't be the same.
Remember when you were younger and all you wanted to do was grow up?
Now all you want to do is
Be young again.
We spend so much time doing the wrong.
When you could just be making it right. This is why growing up sucks. We lose so much in the future.
Regret not getting it back.
Why waste it? You change when you grow up.
But it wasn't what you planned, was it?
We are taught that growing up just keeps getting worse, but it's not if you make it that way.
Don't let the future stop you or scare you.
Just because you made a mistake in the past,
Don't let growing up stop you from what you did in your childhood.
don't let growing up change your memories.
We've heard some great poems today. Let's have a round of applause for our next competitor, Max.
Because these days are so spoiled. They get all this technology when we got none of it. It's not fair. It's not fair that all they have to do is press a button and any information that they need is theirs. There's no books, no pages, no finding, no searching, just a screen. Kids are getting iPhones at the age of 5. Some people thinks this means they're spoiled, but well, I think this means we're advancing. Advancing as a town, as a state, as a country, and as a planet. The youngest kid to graduate high school was 8 years old. He was homeschooled. He did almost all of his schooling online. No teacher, no classroom, no books, no pages, just a screen. People say kids these days, they'll never make it. But it's kids these days that'll build rockets that travel to Mars. It's kids these days that'll find cures to diseases that don't even exist yet. Kids these days that will work at jobs that you can't even think of and make things you wouldn't even dream of. So when I see that 5-year-old kid with the iPhone, I don't see some spoiled little brat. I see the future of our planet, and it's in good hands. Thank you.
Let's have a round of applause for all our amazing poets. In third place, in the first annual Somerset Middle School Poetry Slam is Taylor Cole.
Sweeney and Lauren Magelston.
And finally, the winner of the Somerset Middle School Poetry Slam is Libby Churches, Alyssa McGlade, and Sean Carson.